Hi, my name is Cadence Griffin. I'm from Liberty, South Carolina, and my major is early childhood education. And I just finished watching the Nick Vujicic story, and there were a lot of things that stood out to me about that story and that touched me in a way, but I only wrote one aspect down that stood out to me, and that was the way that he found a positive way of looking at something that most people could only bring the negatives out of. And instead of dwelling on that downside that he had in his life, he used it for motivation to teach youth and adults about their worth in life. And he teaches them that no matter what, you have a purpose and nothing should stop you from achieving that or feeling that you don't have one. And I think it's important for Nick to talk about the challenges he faced growing up because it sets an example for others. People begin to think, well, if Nick can overcome his challenges and he can express how he did it and he can share his story, then so can I. And I think it's really important because you should be that person in the classroom for your students. And adding on to the classroom, the challenges that Nick talks about that he overcome is important, teaches us that it's important to have an inclusive and supportive classroom. You want to have a classroom that each student feels welcome walking into and they feel that they can give their best work that they can give that day, and that's going to be enough for you, even if it's something less than what they did the day before. If you can tell that it was their best, you shouldn't make them feel any other way about it. You want them to feel like they belong no matter what they come from or what they may be struggling with at home or just in general. You should be those open arms they can run to, and they should feel like they could be able to talk to you about anything. And Nick's story helps us understand to focus on a student's strengths rather than their limitations. Every student has something special about them, and you should recognize that as opposed to their limitations. And you should also bring that out to the student. You should also be able to express their specialties and never tell them about their limitations that they have or make them feel bad about what they can and can't do. Everyone has the right to learn and discover new things without having to worry about things they can't do, and same with students with disabilities. They deserve to be able to learn and discover new things as well without you noticing their limitations or you expressing to them that you notice their limitations. No matter what background a child comes from, that should never stop you from your main goal in the classroom, and that's for every child to be seen, heard, and to grow. And you should always remember that every day as you come in, that you're setting the example for those kids, and you should be the positive person that they have in their life because they might not have it at home. And you want to be that person that sets the example for them and shows them what they can be and what they can do in life. And you want to be like Nick, and you want to teach them that they have a purpose and they have worth in their life, and that if they don't feel that at home, that they can always feel it at school or in your classroom.